Just run through what it is that we're doing. So this is the outside of the shower area. Okay, it's outlined there, you can see that. What we're going to do is we're going to run a vertical tile all the way down to the bottom of the tray, and then it's going to be mitered at the top and run round into that internal corner, and then the same is going to happen on this side of the shower. And this is 300. Right. But these full length are 1 foot. I've cut them all, and now we're perfect. So the finished height is 2.4. That includes the perimeter border. Every 4 or 5 courses, you want to level it up because these are not the same. So if you can see, I've got some wedges here just to bump up the joint, just to keep the tile level. When it's all grouted, it all pulls together, so don't worry if you've got one joint slightly bigger than the other. But if you don't do it and you try and do it right at the end, it can't work. You have to do it as you go. Every 3 or 4 courses, you can level up. This is the half that will finish at the top, but it's actually been transformed into a bigger tile, which is a 3/4, in order to maintain the mitered finish on the external edge, and then it gives me my bond to continue the brick bond. There's a shower all done. Well, needs sealing, and then it can be grouted. Next up, the floor. There's a few full pieces to put in at the back, but the rest are all cut. So Monday morning I will sit on the wet saw and rip all those cuts down. It's all symmetrical, so all my cuts will be the same. Just mark one and cut them all in. Same down that return side there, and then the left hand side. Yeah, even a small floor like this, there's still a load of work in herringbone. You're just not going to get away from it. Okay, so I'm in the very, very last bathroom here. As you can see, the walls have been taken up, same detail, same design as the other one. We've got a half wall there, which will have custom glass screen sitting through the centre of that border tile. And then there'll be a door on this, and then a fixed panel here. I'm just mapped out the floor, and the floor's all mapped out. So we have square internal corners all the way around, and I've pre-cut all my pieces to start my herringbone. Now there's many ways you can start herringbone. I choose to start this way and do all my triangles first. Cut them all the same. I know I've got my lines straight and square, so everything will follow nicely, how it should. Let's get it down. If you are unsure on how you set your chevron up, I'm going to show you. This is how I do it. Many people do it different ways, but this is how I do it, and I'm going to show you now. So this is how you want to start. Set your tile out. Now you want to get a straight line So what you do is you put your speed square on the outside, like this. Okay, I take it from the full tile point, which is here, and I transfer that line all the way across. Then I mark, obviously, the ones that I want, and then cut however many I need to get from one point of the floor to the other, and then you end up with something like this. Now all the pieces are cut the same. I'll come off my straight line and it will start my chevron. It's as easy as that. I always fear the worst. Oh, is that going to finish right? Is that going to be right? You know? It's just part and parcel of the job, I think. But yeah, herringbone is a tricky one. It'll always catch you out somewhere if you're not paying attention, and if you're not, you know, on it. You need to be on it when you're laying herringbone. You need to be on it because you could get big problema, and then it's too late. And it's too late and nothing can be done. Now, obviously, it wouldn't be wise to use rapid when you're setting out. I'm using slow set. I'm not going to get the floor finished today. There'll be a series of cuts that need doing. The run backwards and forwards to the wet saw. So I'm pretty safe with slow set. I'm not rushing, I'm not under pressure. So, yes. Now you will know if you're right because the tile will try and move, but if they go where you want them to go, you know you're right. If that makes sense. Makes sense to me anyway. Makes sense to me. This part is just so slow. There ain't really much you can do about it. At times I feel a little bit like a snail. Slow motion. One thing I miss about my work now is I can't listen to the music while I'm working, unless I get headphones, but it's not the same. Because obviously filming these videos, I'm not allowed to have sort of tracks in them for copyright reasons and all sorts like that. Bit of a bummer, eh? Once you've got it locked in, you've got a few rows laid, it all stays together and you know that you're right then, because everything's just going down how it should. Joints are all the same, but the first course is time consuming. It's got to be right. It's got to be right. Then you get one that's slightly thicker than the other. It's all in the setting out. Get the setting out done right. it becomes enjoyable. You're not chasing your tail. You're not, you know, having to work extra hard on it. It's just falling into place how it should. The reason I'm just giving that a wipe, it's been down a little while, so I want to make sure the coverage, the bond is as good as possible. It does like to skin over a little bit, this adhesive. When it's been down for a while, but a bit of back butter. Go anywhere. A few people say like it's very hard with herringbone to keep a consistent joint. Well, there's an easy answer for that, and that is you haven't stayed square or straight. With herringbone, you need the tile to be good quality, very good quality. They need to be all the same width, the same length. If you have a difference in tile, herringbone, you can't lay that tile in herringbone style. It needs to be really, really good. And because obviously all your tiles interconnect, the cuts, as long as you start square and straight, all your cuts should be straight down one line. You shouldn't have any variations. So all of that is important. And once you're square and straight, you won't really see, that's a coverage check there. It's okay for a small tile, but it's not 100%. I'll try and work without mess. Can't stand the joints messy. So knocking up the consistency of the adhesive, using the right trowel, all plays a part. Keeping everything clean and less work to do at the end. The only thing I want to do at the end is pull these spacers, because that'll make you lose your marbles. Excuse the pun. The sound of them birds. If you know what they are, drop a comment. Well, I've, believe it or not, run out of spacers. There's approximately 800 spacers there, and I have none left to carry on, but I'm going to have to go and do some grouting and pick this up tomorrow. Not much left to go now. Just there. A few cuts to go in that side, and then run that back. Now the wall has hazed up perfectly. That's what you want. One swipe, flip the sponge. There's 4 sides, use all 4. You get most most of the grout off that way. Finished product, all grouted and clean. Now that can dry, and then it will just need a microfiber polish the following morning. But that is how you get the most grout off without spoiling the joints. Don't know if I prefer laying these small tiles. Nearly there, nearly towards the end. Got a few cuts to run off down this side, and yeah, gonna have a little bit of an early day today. My two sons, it's their birthdays, born on the same date, 3 years apart. How's your luck? Really? That needs two tiles in there, yeah? I'm gonna scrap that. I'm gonna do it my way. And no one will ever know. Apart from all of you. Don't tell nobody. Just there. Keep watching. And that is a cheat. I cheated. Uh-oh. I cheated. Now, just saved myself the best part of probably half an hour messing around with that little cut. Job done. Just drop this one in, and yeah, you've got, I think with experience you find quicker ways, things that you can and can't do obviously, but it's not going to damage the floor, it's not going to compensate the overall look. It's helped me because they are quite fiddly, and yeah, at the end of the day the job's right. Once it's grouted, no one will ever know. Cutting a corner, cheating, doing it wrong, I don't know. What is it? Let me know. But it works for me. It works for me. Where you can, you need to help yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Got a nice consistent joint all the way across. Just make sure them ends are flush. That's it. finished product from my end is complete. Now all that's left is for the second fix plumbing to take place, the mastic man, and then this one's all done. But that isn't for me. As I said, this is for a friend of mine, so I'm helping out where I can. But yeah, Carrera marble, herringbone floor, perimeter border. That's that one done. Here we have the main ensuite complete. Floor herringbone with a brass detail all the way around the perimeter. Now the stone is going to be Carrera marble. They're going to line the inside. That will finish that off, and the same with the seat. But as you can see, everything, the detail is all done. My part, there's a brass plate going in there. Clients having that made. But yeah, that's me done. The mastic man is ready for the mastic man now, and second fix for the plumber. And then the light, so I'll get some shots of that when it's complete. And the final shower is all done. 3 bathrooms, herringbone floors, brick bomb showers, and a few special details in the master ensuite, but that's it. All done.